guys, welcome to the second edition of the Diary Room. Diary Room, of course, is a part of Karawa Diary, the hottest blog on what's happening and what's not. And today we're just going to be getting right down to it. We are very grateful for the comments and critiques you gave us on the first edition of the show. Of course, we've been taking them and making them into a better show. And by the end of today, we're very sure that we're going to have had something better than last time. So we're starting the show today with music. First up is Stephen's Music has been accused of buying likes for Daphne. My issue with this is Daphne not meeting up to the standards of Stephen Music? Like, why would they have to buy likes for Daphne? Isn't Daphne good enough? Hasn't she been doing enough work as an artist to be having likes bought for her? What do you think, Jojo?
No, she definitely has. That's the thing. Like, people always speculate. People always try and say something. Of course, if she's doing well, unfortunately, in the society, people will just have something to say, and anything that they can try and tag on to her. But come on, like, you know, you can walk down the street and you hear small children even singing Kale. Yeah, exactly. Or not even Dolo. Dolo, exactly. All of the songs that she's got at the moment. Like, there's the one that during Valentine's Day, I heard it all the time. I can't even remember the lyrics at the moment. It's the one where she's in a wedding dress.
Jusqu'à la
gare. Yeah. That song everywhere. You're just walking and you're just hearing people singing it and stuff. So why?
Yeah, I don't even get it. Like, if there's a possibility where I don't know if there's is there actually a problem with people buying likes? Like, if I can buy likes and it boosts my song and it's illegal, like my song goes viral. I think the problem with buying
likes is that people want. I want the fact that when I see your picture and you have 1,000 likes, I want it to be original.
Yeah,
I don't want to feel like you're buying likes, you're forcing people to like you.
The question I am asking is, so is it wrong for the internet to put a platform where you can actually pay for likes and at the same time that discredits you? Because this is the point. Okay, let's even put that aside. Let's put the judgment and the fact that Cameroon likes to criticize. Putting the fact that, okay, the internet has a platform where we can actually buy likes. Let's leave that aside. Looking at Kale alone and looking at how viral it's gone, I don't know which part doesn't play. You go to the suburbs of Cameroon, you have that playing. Does it also mean that this song actually exploded because it was likes were or
this is my issue. This is my issue with it. If I were an artist and you have to buy likes for me, I'd feel like I'm not doing enough. Exactly. Or I feel like I'm not doing enough for the label or as an artist myself for you to be buying likes for me. And we all here, from the suggestions we're giving, I think we're agreeing that Daphne has arrived as a musician. So the fact that people have to buy likes for her, if it's true, it's disgraceful.
Yeah, I think it causes this gossip. It causes stuff like this where you actually wonder, okay, so
what else about her is fake?
Yeah, what else? I remember when she released her first album, the title was Here to Stay. So I'm guessing that Daphne is not going anywhere anytime soon, because the impact that Kale has is the same impact Jusqu'à la Base, her Promets-moi that she just released, the same song, like she's having hits back to back, and I think that is beginning to raise eyebrows because Cameroonians who are not having the kind of views she's having on YouTube.
Yeah, just beginning the show, we're talking about how many million views.
Kale is on 15 million views, and Jusqu'à la Gare just got released already on 5 point something million, and then it's that. But what did the Stephens have to say about it though? I heard they released. I heard there was a press release justifying the fact that it's been hard work from 2013. So everything that they see about them has been hard work.
They thanked a lot promotion. Of people. They were like, we work hard. That the things we do is promotion, is hard work. They were even advising other people. They were explaining that, you know what, this is what you have to do to arrive here. They didn't even stay too much on saying that, you know what, this is what people have told us. It was like a comment that they made or something, which kind of like, it was like a side comment they made, which kind of like pushed, like showed that they were affected by the comments, like the things that people were saying.
Of course.
The main thing was just to release and explain that, you know what, we are, like, this is us, and this is what we do, and this is why we are so successful, and it just, like, I think it speaks for itself, and I think they're right, to be honest.
Yeah, well, then again, they say there's no smoke without fire, so there's no fire without smoke. So I think this is definitely coming from somewhere. Maybe at the end of the day, it's coming out badly, but maybe it's definitely coming from somewhere. Moving on, we have another case of power on our hands. Last time on the show, we were talking about rhythms having stolen a beat from the Spanish people. And then now there's Ambe and the song Vitesse. Like when you listen to it, it's like you're listening to One Corner from the Ghanaian artist.
Yes.
So
I think the only difference is the beat was actually not really remade like for that of Power.
Yeah.
Yes, but concepts, tone,
the
dance,
message,
rhythm,
the
message,
video, it's almost the same
crazy.
thing.
And just like we said in the very first episode, it's insane. Why are Cameroonian artists becoming so lazy? Well, let me not generalize. Why are some Cameroonian artists becoming so lazy?
And if this is the second time in the second month, then we could maybe soon it would be safe to say that it's actually becoming a trend. Like everybody's just stealing songs and
doing whatever. You
and
take a song
whatever.
and then you remix it, and then you make hits out of the remixes, and it's crazy.
You know,
I don't.
Yeah, but the
confused
songs
before. I thought they
actually-
were the same song.
Yeah,
Do you know, I
actually.
used to listen to Vitesse, right?
And think it's
And then
One
I would
Corner.
start singing One Corner, and
Yeah.
then my sister would be like, "What are you
What are
singing?"
you
I'm like,
singing?
"I thought it was one song." I actually was just like, "It's the same thing."
Well, anyway, I listen to both songs differently because I listen to One Corner when we talk about some AIDS thing in Ghana because recently the AIDS level in Ghana has skyrocketed and a lot of people are saying that is the One Corner
Oh,
report.
really?
Yes.
Really?
It
Wait,
really
what are you
has.
saying?
A lot of
Like-
people are saying there's a One Corner report because from the song it's
Vitesse,
like the
don't give us
Kole La
details.
Petite of
Wait,
Ghana.
are you saying
It's
a
all free.
song called?
No, people are
No,
saying that
because the
skyrocketed.
message from the song promotes sex.
Oh,
And sex
okay.
is like the primary
And-
way that
and
people
Vitesse
get
actually
infected
doing
with
same
AIDS.
thing.
We're
Unprotected
praying
sex.
that Vitesse should not do that to us, please.
No,
Pardon?
Vitesse shouldn't do that to us.
no, this
Whatever
one.
Kole La Petite didn't do, I think Vitesse won't do.
No, I think when Kole La Petite came out, before it really got a hype, it was banned.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it
And
was.
the division was, I think it was the
Bafoussam,
West.
the West.
Yeah.
And Vitesse is a lot more
Vulgar.
vulgar,
The message
and
is
the
stronger.
message is stronger, the action is crazier. It is on national TV. And
Yeah.
why is there not communique sent out about that one? Like, we need to
I
stop
think
this
for the
song.
time being, there is so much more going
There's
on
so much
in
more
the
going
country
on
that
can
like-
forgive Ambe and any
Yeah.
other person who sings a Vitesse kind of song.
exactly. And I think that
We probably
it's
have
becoming
bigger
more
problems.
accepting even. Like I think
Yeah.
that before there was music, Cameroonian music, especially all this. I even heard things like this is the devil, this is worship, this is all sorts of things. But now it's becoming like, okay, this is music. This Cameroonians are actually just trying.
Yeah,
to
we
do
have to
well.
accept at some
Have to
point that
accept-
there's some kind of music that is like this.
Exactly.
It's just like people have issues with accepting Malox.
Malox,
Yeah.
definitely,
Accepting what, by the way, he's coming up on the show for some beef that he's apparently having with Dina.
But I still agree.
We
Yeah,
told you
that was-
artists to stop fighting each other. They're still fighting each
They are
other.
still fighting. But this one was not actually like a fight. It was not kind of it was kind of like a backlash or something.
I call it a fight. I don't know what.
It's not really a fight.
Wait,
because-
what
because-
even got there? Like, well, this is the whole scenario. There's a show, of course, a music show in Yaoundé, and Mr. Leo is supposed to perform at the show. You also have Dinasile Chig, and you have Malox. Do you know Mr. Leo didn't perform?
Yeah, he
I heard
shut
that, the whatever
Didn't
had,
he
they
got so
affected
angry
him. Yeah,
about-
they affected
didn't he,
Mr.
that
Leo.
he shut off the show?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He came in and
of course, you have this guy goes upstage and Malox has his fans in the crowd who are booing
And dying to listen to him.
cheering and saying, we need to get to Malox. Okay, we need to listen to Malox. Why are you doing upstage? And of course, the Nasile Chick is a very emotional guy.
got offended.
And he answers back and he's like, come on. So you guys are trying to,
That he can sing about the festival, to the first platform.
Yeah,
You
that he
guys
can
like-
sing.
For you
oh,
guys
you guys
to like
like
me.
me,
Yes,
so
that
I
he
know
doesn't
what
have to
comes out and he's like, he heard that some artist came and said,
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
have an
But it was
issue,
cool because I like the way Malos came out with it because I was trying to vibe with the crowd. She was like, j'ai attendu qu'il y a certains artistes qui viennent ici, fait que blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Donc je veux dire que le cul de ta.
Man.
So it was like the
That's what you
They
say.
were the
hype
ones-
man.
yeah, they were the ones that-
So it was like, damn, but was that really like a fight? Just like,
Yeah, but of course, do
No,
you?
to me,
That
it's not
does
a fight,
not.
but it shut a showdown. Like,
It's
so you
like-
don't even get to perform.
Is it okay for another artist to come upstage where they have all been paid to perform and criticize another person's art?
he didn't criticize anybody's art.
No, he said
just
he
made a
can't
point.
sing
He said-
about buttocks
No,
like
yes, he's
Malox
into-
does.
It's not Malak alone that sings about buttocks and stuff.
who else thinks about Vitesse?
There are lots of other
There are
art.
lots of
Ambe,
artists.
we just mentioned Ambe now.
Ambe
He
sings about-
I just want to have you on the
Exactly
record
what I
saying
am
that.
saying. Exactly what I'm
Definitely.
saying. You can't
So,
criticize another
he
artist
knows
at the
that-
same show you have been hired to
No,
perform
listen,
at.
listen. He knows that. He even asks that, vous voulez quoi, vous voulez qui, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So, but he's in directing like I will not sing like my loves that sings about. So he's indirect the whole thing.
Ah, okay,
He just made the point. I just make my point like this. I will not do this for you to like me.
But I think
So
that
that guy came now
he
guilt.
definitely
The guy
was
came
aware
guilt.
that Malok's Dynasty was the only other guy on it that sings this kind of music, and Malok was the only other guy on it that sings this kind of music.
I was crying for poor Mr. Leo though. Like it didn't.
No, he got paid. No, it's all
He
about
got
the money.
paid.
It's
So
not about-
it's not about. Is it really about the money every time?
Every
Hey.
time. It's about your talent. It's about
talent. You
doing what
couldn't
do.
express
I would
yourself.
be
It's
so
so
upset if I
bad.
didn't get,
Like,
if I got paid,
But-
but
and
I
I
still
I
get to
didn't perform
Yeah.
because not because there was some problem at the show beyond because
No, but
the
beyond
co-artist like
beyond management. That's the
I mean
thing.
because the co-artist came and said but you know if Malox didn't have fans he wouldn't end the show, right? He came to the stage, blew the crowd, and then they just dispersed after him. That's why Mr. Leo didn't go upstage.
Exactly.
Okay,
There
that's
was
what
no
happened.
crowd, Yeah.
That's what
I
happened.
thought something like I thought like it was
No,
actually.
he was supposed to
He shut-
perform. He was
he shut
supposed
down the show.
Exactly, he shut
So
down
he
the
just
show.
sang and then everything.
Yes,
just
like,
went
So I guess
Mr.
it
Leo
has
couldn't
this-
come upstage and be singing pray after that.
I guess this has a lot to say
Oh,
about,
Bajiri.
Oh, Bajiri, no.
Like the guy, oh,
I guess it has a lot to say about the different kind of fans that different artists are able to
Yeah,
pull,
of
because
course, yeah.
if Malox and Mr. Leo can entertain the same people in the same way,
Yeah, then
so
event organizers have to
yeah,
they have to
definitely.
sit down.
okay, now we're moving on to the Urban Jamz Music Awards. There's 15 categories this year. We're going to explain that later. There are 15 categories this year, and there's been some issues about people asking whether the nominees for it were fair.
What I'm asking first is it the same one as last year?
Why-
When this just came, I was like, oh, this is a brand new award with the same name as the one last
Last
year.
I understand what
It's the
she's
same.
saying.
I think it's
Like,
the same.
I think that there's a brand
It's organized by the same
identity
people, but the
problem.
brand identity, of course, has.
There's a brand identity problem. Moreover, last year there was a complication because just nominees were put online because they said they couldn't hold the award because of the crisis and stuff. So there was actually no Urban Jamz 27. In fact, people actually had problems because they saw nominees like Pim Boys, you know, that were no longer relevant, like
No longer existing.
No longer
existing.
existing,
In fact, there were and so
Where
many
do the
other
nominees
people.
come from? I thought like who decides the nominees? If
Exactly.
like,
what was
you
the
don't even know
criteria
where the show is
actually?
coming
The
from. What's
problem is the criteria because you go on that producer list, like best producers, it
You
is
have-
so boya.
Yeah.
focused.
Exactly what I was about to
For
say.
me,
That.
it's like
What's that?
It's
You
a
know,
whole. It's sour. It's like a Southwest award. Is it like a Southwest
Kame
award or
Kongosa,
something?
Valerie
Valeria
Atia.
Tia,
Yeah.
but no offense to him, but he's out there and then he just comes and then he just picks
And
some
boom.
people that
So
he
it
meets in
definitely
Boya.
is-
He's
yes.
not even picking
It's
like
region
people he meets
bias
in
or something.
Douala or pick like
Man, because
the
there are actually good
diversity
guys
is
in
really
Douala.
absent.
You have like
and no offense, it's like
Pazo is
picking-
good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's
Pazo
Pazo.
is coming up.
There's Kiko. There's people.
I mean, guys producing. I'm
Yeah.
talking about people producing. I think Pazo is good. He has done
But
like
I think-
almost
I
everything
think
on
there's
Magasco's
some-
album.
some- exactly.
Something.
Okay, well now we're moving on to movies. We cannot ignore Black Panther. A lot of vibe, a lot of
I think-
talk has been coming up from Black Panther.
Let's
Yeah,
start-
that's
let's
definitely a
dab-
dark
we should
We
moment.
should dab for it.
That's definitely a dark moment.
Me and Sylvia will just sit as we are.
Yeah, I think we're wearing Ankara, so
Yes, I
we're in the
think we're
Black
already
Panther movement
representing,
already, so we don't have to dab for it.
I think some guys that look like us, you know, the black are the berry, the sweet are the wine. Like we give the real feel of like when you look at us,
We feel
it's
like
a
you're Black Panther.
Yeah, you know, like
You
Yeah.
feel like you're a king.
Just going to take all the
Right
glory.
now,
Jesus.
Caleb.
Caleb, you
Like
should get
when
married
you feel like
soon.
a
Like
king.
it was just Valentine's Day. What you get your girlfriend?
wait, you said we should what? I thought a few minutes ago you said you were not identifying with me as the
Pardon?
oh god.
There's a
Anyway.
chemistry. There's a chemistry here. So we're talking about.
We're trying to
movies.
build it, but he keeps dying. He keeps dying on me. We're talking about Black Panther and how much vibe he has actually been gathering. And there are actually 2 Cameroonians in Black Panther. It's a Marvel
I think we should talk
superhero.
about that.
Yeah,
Dab-
we should.
dab-
It's a Marvel superhero movie that, like I said, has been gaining a lot of ground and has made history to have sold out so fast. I think the movie before that made history was American Civil War.
Okay.
Yeah,
they-
2016.
Like, it was difficult to get a ticket. Like you could see people posting on Snapchat, people like writing on Twitter and stuff like getting a Black Panther
I mean, you
ticket
have
is
you
so
have you have
difficult.
those Africans in the US, Cameroonians inclusive, who are doing pictures and posting and saying the Black Panther fever.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
interesting because everybody
There was a
actually had to
filter.
attend.
I mean,
the
people
screening.
can relate. to
Everybody
the-
attended the screening in an African
Yeah,
wear,
or
whether
something,
you're
yeah.
black or you're white, and a lot of people did some good work with it. Octavia Spencer, she's an actress. She actually bought out screening room in her hometown for children to be able to watch the movie.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because we know that for Marvel to actually do something all black. I think the only two people in it would be Captain America and the other guy from Age of Ultron. For Marvel to actually do something black, it's much more than just a movie. It's a sign of evolution. It's a sign of us actually coming out, getting bigger as Africans, because there are other Africans that have been cast in the movie.
Can you imagine, like, one theater did like 83 viewings in one day, like, of trying to show, like, it's like a day or over a week or something, but that's ridiculous. That's crazy amount.
Yeah.
Some black movies don't even make it onto screen. So for like, okay, it's a Marvel movie, don't get me wrong, but the fact that so many people are supporting it is just crazy. It's like, it's a big achievement, especially for a country like America right now with everything that's going on.
With everything else that's going on. Yeah, I think that.
You know, the thing, and first thing, another thing is, it's like the very first time we're actually finding a whole black movie that is not just geared towards slavery. I mean, this is the peak that system of slavery for blacks so much that was getting.
We have other people that have represented us in better ways, and in hotter ways. Denzel Washington. Girls would agree.
Okay.
In the Black Panther movie, Constance Ejuma and Sasha Mufo.
I think that's like the
moment of pride.
It's the most special thing in that movie.
Yeah.
Aside the fact that like
Cameroonians like to identify. I mean, that's a Cameroonian.
Yeah.
No, but it's good. We should be happy. Like,
there are so everything that happens. Like Oprah Winfrey, the Cameroonian from Bamileke. Cameroonians like to identify.
No, but it's true. Why shouldn't we identify? Like, do you know? Like, we talked about it the other day, how underrated there are. Like, Cameroonians are out there. Like, Cameroonians are doing things. They're Cameroonian doctors. They're Cameroonian this. They're Cameroonian that. They're Cameroonian actors, dressmakers, fashionistas that we're gonna go on to talk about later on. But nobody's even like celebrating them. Why should you not? They're celebrating Nigerians every day. We will identify and we'll celebrate ourselves.
We're talking about people that are actually on the screen for the right reasons. Constance Ejuma and Sasha Mufo, and of course identifying with them as Cameroonians that are a moment of pride for us to be able to be on such a big deal. Though they have non-speaking roles in the movie, I think Constance is a guard.
She's a guard.
Well, according to the movie, women are warriors. Yeah, so she's one of the guards of the king, and she's also a stunt woman, which is
interesting.
It's very interesting because we don't have a lot of women.
Why did they make them
and we
talk?
don't have a lot of people of color doing stunts. Pardon?
Why didn't they make them talk?
Because maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't make them.
They acted like kafia. The kafia
No. Okay, maybe they didn't make it on that part.
The kafia from the movie.
That's how you start. You start small.
Like
next, they'll be in front of the castle leading the troops.
She's not even starting small. Like, she's also a filmmaker. She's also a producer.
Okay.
She's famous for one of her movies. She acted in it, and she also produced Ben and Ara. And she's had a lot of awards for it.
Oh, she's been Ara.
Yeah, she's also she's the lead actress. Sorry.
Okay, that's Constance.
Yeah, that's Constance Ejuma. She's had a lot of awards for it. Even the African Academy Movie Awards.
Sounds Nigerian.
She's a Cameroonian full flesh.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we have Sasha. Sasha's playing the role of a Nigerian woman in the film. For the first time, there's somebody's actually replacing Nigerians in something.
I know, right?
Yeah,
that's amazing.
That's interesting.
And the person replacing is a Cameroonian.
Moving on to local movie news, we have Mine for the Weekend. It was actually released last year, October 7, 2017, but we're getting wind of it just recently. And I think that this throws more light on what we were talking about just before the show, about news about the movie industry in Cameroon being more of a secret, known just to some people.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, movie premieres are... People just
secret.
They come up in conversations that you think that you should have seen somewhere else.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you when you said it was making waves just now. I was going to ask you on the billboard.
No.
Because the last time I saw
I did see it on the billboard.
For the Weekend.
A Man for the Weekend.
Was on the billboard. Okay. Where is it? It seems it ended on the billboard.
No, the movie came out. Wasn't there? There was a premiere. Yeah,
it was like two of them.
The premieres, and people went. But then it's the same thing. It's the same people. It's the same crowd. It's the same thing. It's not like they're showing their movies to the Cameroonian population. They're showing. They only want certain people to see their movie.
We should focus on after the premieres.
What happens
distribute the movies.
Distribute
watch the movies, not the trailers. We're tired.
Exactly.
My point
not
is,
everyone could even afford, or not necessarily afford. Yes, actually, let's say afford. The layman, the basic person that's walking around, cannot afford to watch a movie, and this is what
for the screening of this movie.
Exactly.
Plan, like what happens after a premiere of a movie. Now we're on to fashion. The Cameroon Fashion Awards. We're looking at the people that basically slayed and the people that did not bring it at all. We're starting with the men. The guy that is considered like the king of fashion or the king of movies actually in Cameroon. Nobody else than Epule Jeffrey. Sorry if you're thinking it was you.
Or let's go to Oga Jeffrey.
Yeah, Oga Jeffrey. Yeah, he's wearing something. He's wearing blue and agbada. He's wearing a blue agbada. What do you guys think about this? I think it's...
Yeah, it's just...
I think it's nice.
It's
major cool. It's just major cool.
It's missing the thing that goes
My
on the
issue
head.
is, what's that on his head? Like,
There isn't any...
why would you look like this downwards and then your head just looks... It's like a bubble head. I don't know. He shouldn't have left that
Like
hair.
you think,
or
like,
something.
That's what I'm saying. You need to have a hat or
Not
something
cover
on
it
the
up.
head.
Now,
or shave
now
it
you mention it,
completely.
yeah. Now that you mention it, it actually looks...
Yeah, I think he had to cover it up or not show it at all.
Okay, like
Don't get me wrong, the colors are beautiful. It's really nice.
Yeah, they
colors.
are. And I wanted to talk about that background though. What do we think about the font?
Yeah,
the
I don't
font
really
of,
like it. Like,
yeah,
the
it has
Cameroon
this,
Fashion Award font.
yeah, the Cameroon fashion. It has this feel
It's
of
just when you
when
see
you're in
it as-
primary school, right? And a big
Occasion,
man is coming to school.
graduation day.
The DO graduation is coming
Yeah,
to
that
people have
Calvin,
to-
happy graduation.
People have to stage Lady Pons or Papillon or something like that.
That's
And
the
then
beginner meeting.
the class 4 children
Go
just
and
come
carve
out with
something
something
myself.
that...
Oh, Lord.
That looks
Yeah.
so...
Oh God.
So...
Can I
I don't
ask
know.
something?
Maybe
I don't
it's
know if
intentionally artistic, but we're not feeling it.
Can I ask? I don't know if this is just the camera, so we may have to cut this part out because look, see, Cameroon fashion is it not Ahmad?
Safa one.
No, look at that. Look where it's written.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's
It's
true.
spelled Ahmad.
Instead of awards, it was CFA Ahmad.
Ahmad.
Fredash. What happened? What is this?
Like how really? Like you couldn't spell a word.
So
This is
it's
terrible.
CFA
And
Ahmad.
then we've had the biggest names in our fashion industry and, and
Why
movie
do you look so
industry
disappointed, Black Sugar?
taking pictures in front of this and sending it all over the world. And now we're just having Black Panther and
So
celebrating ourselves.
you guys mean we're just going to let
Daphne,
Epule Jeffrey
we're just
stand
going to
there and then we just kill the whole show?
We thought his
Like-
hair was the only problem, but Fredash didn't help him.
But
at
Fred
all.
didn't help it by when you look up and then you see
When you
Cameroon
look-
fashion.
You
Yeah.
see CFA Ahmad.
CFA Ahmad. Well, let's go.
I'll tap for that mistake.
Let's go on to the next guy, Samatanya, but you probably know him better from his role in Daphne's video in which he was cooking eru for Daphne.
Huh?
Some things you should try doing sometime.
Really?
Anyway, he's dressed in a green suit. What do you guys think about the suit?
The cut is nice.
Okay.
It is a nice cut, but you know the green and the red. For me, it's a bit Christmassy. The red thing on top.
So
of
you mean it looks like a Christmas tree?
I
Huh?
mean, it would have been better if these awards were in December and he had to show up like this.
Exactly.
No, for me, I think the whole green thing, the whole like, outfit,
yeah.
it looks like too simple, but the red.
So what
gives it
what
that,
do you
that
have
spark.
preferred? You want him to pop?
No, I like the way it is. The red already just brings the like a class.
Yeah,
of it.
I think
Makes
I
it
think the
something
red
about it.
on the
Yes,
suit
makes like there's something
mildens
about
the mono the dress if
The monotony of the dress,
suit
everything
if
is
the
just
suit
green.
was all green it would have been too
Yeah, it's too
monotonous.
much. So that red just brings out
The
something.
red
It makes you want
just-
to look at it.
Now moving on to the next guy, Fon Aman. He's a video vixen and a photographer. What do you guys think about his outfit? His wearing an interesting outfit. He has an interesting outfit. What do you guys think about
I
it?
think it's stylish.
The
It's
striped
stylish.
pants and a really good suit. The pose, I think he's just being a model
Yeah.
on that red carpet.
What would you have preferred him to be?
Somebody else. And you know,
But he is
you
a
know
model.
what, you know what?
Okay.
The Cameroon Fashion Award actually had a dress code.
Really?
Like, Really?
Like people
Okay.
are supposed to be
What was it?
contemporary African.
Well, he has flowers on his shirt. Maybe he felt it was African.
That's not African.
Maybe he felt.
neither
No.
was
You don't
neither,
Yeah, it's African.
No, there's no gray area.
Neither-
when it
neither-
comes to
neither-
African
Dreads.
fabric.
So
neither
that's
was Samatanya. He was in full suit and stuff. I didn't see African in anything.
black.
I think he's good. I think he really nailed his dressing though, despite the
he
fact
dressed
that he
nicely.
didn't keep to the norms of the dress code. But
I don't think the dress code is so pertinent. No offense to them, they couldn't even carve the lettering rights on the back of the stand where people have
So
to.
and every other thing.
So
Domino's effect.
a dominoes effect, yes.
But anyways, I think I'd have preferred him if he was in a full tuxedo or something. I don't know. I just
I
have
think
that
he did it
feeling.
on. I
That-
felt like he was trying
those-
to become controversial.
Probably. Well, that's just my opinion. I feel like he could have gone out full tuxedo or something. It's Cameroon Fashion Awards. So moving on to the next picture of the Studio 89 team. I think Jojo had something to probably say about this.
Yeah, I'll start with that one.
Yeah, you start.
Because I do like the jackets. I'm not sure whether it was Rinda or his colleague who chose them, but either way, I think that this is interesting. Like, it's different.
Yeah, I think it's different. It's fresh.
But wait, that's not even. Did Rinda actually realize his bow tie was?
Maybe he adjusted it after this picture.
Was what? You should say it.
What happened to his bow tie?
Like it's
one-sided.
It looks
Yeah.
lopsided. Okay, it might be in this picture, but I saw further footage where they were walking around, and to me, it stands out. Like, if you were looking at the ones we've seen so far, and then you see this, you're like, who made that?
Good,
You wonder,
it's different.
I think that
Exactly.
this was
This is
actually
what I like
really
to- This is what I
different.
want to
Yeah.
see. This like kind of things I want
And it
to
makes
see.
you ask who made it,
Yeah.
which is what an outfit should do. You should
Wait,
wonder
the
who
shoes though.
designed it.
The shoes. Like, is the other guy wearing a polished sneakers?
See, that's the issue.
See,
The
they were trying to
jacket
be
was
stylish,
good.
Like,
They could have maybe. I guess you just wear black trousers anyway. Maybe they should have added some swag to the shoes or something.
This is my question though. Is it like, is it comfortable for two guys to dress, like show up the same? I don't know what.
Well, it's a team.
It's a team.
I think they want to
So,
do
identity-
their team things.
identity or something.
Maybe it's
Like,
brand
I
identity.
don't know.
Studio 89.
Maybe
Ashwabi.
like here comes the men in white.
Yeah, maybe there's a meeting. As you said, there's a meeting
The Studio
actually.
89 Ashwabi probably.
The studio is actually.
Okay.
No, but it's nice. I think it's interesting, and it seems like they did a. Rinda wears a white
White,
shirt
he wears a
inside,
black,
and then he
yeah,
wears a
exactly.
black
And he
inside.
does
It's,
the
both,
black.
it's nice. I like it.
And one is short, one is tall. So,
Wow, that's
yeah, so you
okay. I
get
don't
the
like
whole
getting
difference. I like it. It makes more sense.
okay.
for Valerie. I think he looks nice, but I have a problem with this pose. There's a pregnant slash bloated
Slash, I'm going for war.
Yeah, like-
slash,
Cristiano Ronaldo.
It's like the outfit is wearing him.
exactly.
wearing the outfit.
He's not present. He's not present.
Because the outfit's nice.
It's like okay, Muna snap no. Like there's
Yeah.
Do you think he needs a dash? Should you that for you? Should I that for you?
I think this is a really nice outfit, but like you said, it's like it's wearing him, it's
exactly.
overwhelming him. And
I think the blue was too much. I don't know what to say, but I just think the blue was too much. I know there's a part where the blue is really intense and there's a part where it's light and all of that, but come on, there should have been a little twist to it. And there's a bow tie is blue.
I keep looking at the picture and I can't take my mind away from the pose.
I know,
Like,
right?
The pose,
Yeah.
The pose takes over the picture.
No, you don't stand like that anywhere. Don't,
No,
don't.
but you know what? This is one
maybe-
photo. Maybe he took others where he was like in a
Probably.
better
What's
pose.
about saying? Maybe he was just caught in the moment,
But this is
happy,
the
saying
red
something somewhere and he got
carpet.
a
This is
picture.
where you know your pictures I take. Like if you have to have one pose all night, have it right here.
No, but definitely you can't be perfect all through the red carpet. Maybe he was just trying to laugh with
You're supposed to be
someone or something.
laugh with no, Stefan.
Okay.
Come on, we can't fix this.
Yeah.
So far, who's been your favorite?
I'm gonna go with Studio 89.
Studio 89.
The jackets.
Okay, Studio 89. Studio 89.
Yes.
I could have taken Jeffrey, but the hair, like, if you have little hair, don't do cock. I think that's a thumb rule. Yeah. The hair is. I really love what he's wearing. Moving on to the ladies at the Cameroon Fashion Awards. I think that they had very interesting outfits this year. Let's start with this lady. She's a journalist at Equinox Television. What do you think about her dress, Jojo?
I think there's a contrast of colors again, hence the green and the red.
And the red.
However, this time it looks. Oh, no, I've got my mind back on that Christmas tree thing. It's a nice dress, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure I like the contrast of colors. It's a nice design completely, just the colors is throwing me off a little bit.
Well, what I can say is that this is what actually I'm looking at. I like something. I like when people are different. So this is actually what I'm looking at. I like the design and everything about the dress. I like the colors. In fact, I like the dress. I like it.
I think there's so much green. Like her hair is green, and her dress is green. I don't know whether it was intentional to match moments for her, but maybe you should have worn something purple or something white. I think the green is too much. Even without the background, I think the green is too much. What do you think, Caleb?
She looks like a flower vessel.
Wow, that's a nice compliment.
With that, let's just move on to the next one. I don't think you even need to explain what you mean. Up next, we're having Cindy Emade, very celebrated Cameroonian actress. She's showing up in pink, in more like magenta, I think, and she has a whole detail with her hand going down to the floor. I think the dress is, I think it's creative. What do you think?
I think it's creative. This
I
dress
think
was
it's
actually-
creative, but for the fact that you have all the pink going on, and then suddenly
it's too much.
one green just pops up on her hair.
I think that's a creativity.
I think it's interesting, especially as you know, it's done by one of our own fashion designers as well. That's a dress made by Annie Asongani.
Okay.
Which to me, it shows some of her good work. Like some of her, I like this dress personally.
I like the dress, but there was an issue. There's been an issue generally. People talking about her makeup.
Yeah.
There's something about it that is not right.
To me, she looked good. I'm not sure if it was Aussie International that did the makeup itself. I think it may have been, but like they did a dress. They were dressing her in like Annie's design and then doing her makeup, and it looked quite good at the time. So unless maybe as time has gone on, it started to drip and like she couldn't keep composure and so forth.
Okay, how about this one? This lady, she's in the Ghanaian material and black Velcro thing going on. Kente, sorry. What do you think about this one?
Cliche.
Cliche how?
Yeah, I think it's a cliche. I think a lot of people on the internet have already worn this.
This?
Yes, a lot of people
I like when
have
people are
one, but how many people in
innovative.
Cameroon do you
How
see
many people
wearing
in
it?
Cameroon wearing this?
Like I'm going.
Well, I think the
Alma,
point
so
is
it's different.
how good does it look?
Yeah, it looks.
I think she actually popped out in it, but this Ghanaian colors have become so popular.
But
It's
then
just-
Everybody's doing
But
it.
then it's nice. It doesn't stop from
Yeah, it
being
doesn't
nice.
stop it from being nice, and
The fact
I
it's
just
proper
don't.
doesn't stop it from being nice.
I feel like it's not fitting her correctly. Like the way the dress is shaped itself. Like maybe if the material
should
is a
have
bit
been
different
more
on the
of a
black,
silhouette on it.
yeah, exactly. There should be more of a silhouette. But the actual colors, just because it's been done before, doesn't mean that it's not
It's not
necessarily
nice,
nice. I think it's really nice, even especially with the matching headscarf, and I think it's really really cute.
Well, I think they're going for an award. Everybody wants to be unique. Everybody wants to do something that has generally not been done before. So,
What hasn't been done before?
What hasn't been done
few
before?
things. You
Like-
should ask Kanye. He'll show you.
Maybe Kanye could show me, but
Yeah, okay,
She's
now
in
we're
Kanye.
on to the next one, Renata. Renata is also a designer, and she showed up in a short dress, a frock, actually. I think that's how these are called. I don't like this dress.
I don't even know what to say about it.
I don't know what to say either.
I don't
Just
like
looking
this
at it
dress.
and it's like
It's
on a hanger or
I
something.
think the fabric
because-
is good when you separate them very far apart from each other. And I think
She has frills.
with
Like
fabric,
frills.
yeah,
Poofy. Like it's not that poofy is wrong, but like if just make it longer and turn it white with like a wedding dress. It's
for me, generally, I think that when the fabric is like this, flowery or floral or something like that, you should go for a simpler design.
yeah.
It's easier on the eyes. Like
But on the
this
lighter
dress
side,
feels like too much.
but on the lighter side, I like her creativity. It's like nobody, I don't think anywhere in that award was dressed like this. So I just like her difference, like the fact that she could come, she designed it herself, I'm sure.
On to the next one. We're having Sang DeLong. She's wearing a jumpsuit.
I
this
love the
girl,
design.
she's always cute.
I don't necessarily like the material.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
Now you have something to say.
Now you have something to say. She's always what?
cute. Like,
So
look
what
at her
about
hair.
her dress though?
Her hair.
Okay. Her
God.
jumpsuit.
The thing is, that dress, does he have a tail? What's that?
Yeah, there's some fabric behind the design. I think from behind you think it's something long, and then in front.
I always wonder why girls
I
like
love
to
the
carry a
design.
lot of loads. Like, what's that? Why would you do something nice, like looks like a jumpsuit, is it?
Yeah, it's a jumpsuit.
And
It's a
then you
jumpsuit
carry
with,
another extra unnecessary material.
Creativity, guy.
And hang it at the back. Like,
It's creativity.
It's creative. It's just
It's creative.
the colors for me are just very odd. I don't know how to explain it. It's
I think
odd.
what she did is she put lace over the fabric, over the wrapper fabric, and that's why
it's looking so odd.
that's why it's looking odd. I think if she used something else, a different shade of it,
Yeah, it would be
would've
nicer because
probably looked
the
different.
outfit is actually nice. Like
The design,
the
I think the
design.
design is nice, but what she chose
and it
to
shapes
go
her
with.
very well.
Okay, that was it for Cameroon Fashion Awards. We're looking forward to next year and awards, not amounts or whatever it was.
not just that, we're looking at fashion generally. FIAFA is coming up, a lot of things fashion related.
Yeah.
And that's something that's very commendable. The fashion industry has really
It's really
exploded.
growing.
I think the only thing still lagging behind as far as our entertainment industry is concerned, the movies, of course.
All right, okay. Well, we're going now to Go Getters, the last part of the show. We're having Nuella Lyonga of the Nuella Lyonga Foundation. She was awarded by the Queen of England. Now that's a big deal.
Give it-
Yeah, that's a that moment, of course. That's not dabbing. That's just wrong.
But
That's just wrong.
When you put on a suit, you don't dab like everybody.
Yeah,
you should tell Mr. Leo that. You should tell
suit.
Mr. Leo that.
Yeah, but you shouldn't stand like
You
him.
should tell
though.
Mr. Leo.
So what do we think about? I think, I think that we're just talking about being able to celebrate people. And when she started out, when Nuella started out, I don't think that a lot of people probably felt like she was going to die out at some point. Like this, whatever she's
Die
doing.
out.
Not,
It wasn't even just about dying out. I think it was about her coming different in a platform where you don't see finances. You know,
and you don't see a lot of young people doing
exactly
it as well.
where you don't see revenue streams. You see a girl who comes up with an idea, the Nola Longa Foundation. You know, people who own foundations and people have already made it.
Yeah, they have money from
They have
somewhere
money
else,
that they're
and
already
they're
funding.
putting it into
Then you
the
have this
foundation.
girl who just left the university and then she's running a foundation. I remember when she brought out her brand identity, which is presently so consistent. I was like, is this girl insane? And all she was about is encouraging volunteerism and inspiring people. I was like, okay, so how do you get money out of that? So her focus was
Exactly, and
not
those are the ones who go
finances.
far.
You see, like that's insane. That's what I'm talking about. The ability to be crazy and look at your environment. Like people are not looking at her even just from the perspective of she will not last. It was from the perspective of will she eat?
Like, what the hell are you doing?
What are you doing
Are you
in
serious?
business? Are you
That's why
Yeah.
people don't even want to jump on a project sometimes. They're thinking, when they fail, I don't want to be there when she's failing. But look at her. Like,
Hey,
she's doing well.
she just got
and
our.
her-
I
it
mean,
wasn't
this is
about-
big.
Yeah, I think this is proof that if you stay consistent at whatever you believe
She's
in,
so
you're
consistent. She's
definitely
been to
going
the
get there.
prison, orphanages.
And if you have the right
She's
cause as
traveled
well.
out of the
Exactly,
country
Yeah, exactly. If you have the right
single-handedly. It's amazing. And trust me, I'm a dude, but this is
Yeah,
a girl
you
that
are.
inspires me.
Self-made. She's self-made.
She's self-made. She was Woman Crush
Self-made
Wednesday
millionaire.
on Karawa Diary, of course, and before she came up to that platform, it
Yeah,
was
somebody
all of
actually saw that and asked me what he's like, you write on Karawa Diary. I said, yeah. Is this girl a doctor? Like, but why is she always in stars things? I said, no, she's not a doctor. She just wears glasses.
Oh.
I said,
You
she
see,
just wears
Noella is
glasses.
good.
She's the manager of the Nuella Younger
Younger
Foundation.
So-
And he was like,
Where you talk about
how
go-getters.
does that work?
That's
a lot
like-
of people won't get it at first. But then you see how much she's been able to achieve, especially because how passionate she is.
The thing is,
about
the right
project.
people will get it. The people
Yeah.
that are meant to get it will get it.
Exactly.
People that don't care, they're just thinking, what can she give me? What can she do for me? How can I benefit from her? They won't get it, and they don't need to get it because it's about being inspired by what she does, not about is she a celebrity?
Yeah.
Is she somebody
Exactly.
is she somebody I just need to know
Yeah.
because everybody knows her? It's not about that. What she's doing is more than that.
She's definitely one of the go-getters and definitely one of the young people that we should be looking out for this year and next coming
Of
years.
course,
because
she has a lot to go
She's gaining a lot of
Being
strides.
recognized by the
ground.
Queen is big.
Yeah, being
The
recognized by
11th
the Queen.
Commonwealth Point of Light.
There are a lot of officials
Award.
from the country
Wow,
that have
that's
not been
big.
able to be given audience by the Queen. So this is really big.
The Queen actually
Oh,
sent
that's
somebody
good.
to her to come and hand that. So it's amazing.
Another go-getter that is turning his life around, Mr. Asongani, celebrity photographer, is engaged.
Oh,
Yes,
Congratulations.
yeah.
They were actually together.
I thought you were going to duck to that. Like, dude, I know
gets
you're not
engaged.
married and you're jealous and
No,
you don't
because
even
we
have.
said it last week. We didn't. He listened to our message. He actually said he saw our show. But the thing is, right? What I think is nice is the fact that Asongani, from when I heard, like when I first came to Cameroon, he was maybe in Goya just doing his small thing.
Yeah.
But now you go to places and people know who he is or they know what he's doing. Like when you ask, who's a great photographer? People actually recognize
actually
the brand.
comes up.
Yeah, he comes up as like.
And he was nominated for the Cameroon
Exactly.
Fashion
He was
Award.
nominated for a Cameroon Fashion Award.
I've actually had the opportunity to meet Asongani, and apart from the fact that he's smart, his work is really, really good. And I'm surprised when a lot of people say that they don't know him, or they've probably seen his work. And
Oh,
they
you
don't
met
know.
him?
Yeah.
I can't
yeah.
wait to meet that dude, man. Like, everybody talking about. Like,
He's a very smart person. You talk to him, and you just want to keep talking.
you know, back in the days when you spoke, could you get married to a photographer?
Hell no.
To a camera.
Do you know
Of
something?
course.
That's
Wow.
actually
A
what I
cameraman,
wanted to make.
actually.
That's the
Like-
point I wanted to make. Actually, he makes you feel like you could get married to a photographer.
Yeah, he makes-
like,
What are you saying? But what are you saying? Photographers are big. What are you guys
No,
trying to
and
say?
This is the issue.
I'm trying to
Photographers
say that-
are big now.
now, exactly. And
Then-
she went.
I'm a
that-
photographer, for
and before
goodness
the-
sake.
Like
They
I
were
said, 1,000 years of husband material.
But not even that. You're a photographer, right? And like, is now you have opportunity to do a lot more and a lot bigger. Before,
Yeah.
like you hear. Like, I'm just going to go from an abroad perspective. You hear of Penjo Baba. and that was it. And
Alengan.
That's it. That's really what you heard of. But now you hear of like Asongani, you hear of
Rinda.
Studio 89, Rinda, you hear of Fahrenheit, like you hear of them now. So like I'm just saying that for me, Asongani was one of those younger entrepreneurial photographers who kind of waited it out and just pushed his way. He took it there.
They took it there.
Like now, and then now he's settling down, he's getting married. The rest still are here, out and about in the towns there.
Both of them were at the Cameroon Fashion Awards in red.
That's another fashion thing that we had to point out, because they actually coordinated
they coordinated their outfits, which was cool. And I think that a lot of couples, you know, we don't, and these stars, we really don't know a lot of their girlfriends.
Exactly. We don't know. Look like a couple, which is what I'm like.
Caleb, I've been throwing hints the whole time. Who are you dating?
Oh, are you going to get at me like that?
Okay.
Jesus.
Maybe she'll be a guest appearance on the show one day.
Yeah, and speaking of getting engaged and getting married, Franco is married.
All right. Another congratulations.
That's finally found a petit coller.
He has finally found that girl.
So he's going to be pasting on somebody.
Maybe his next track is Mariage La Pédouce.
We can't wait to hear what he'll be.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are looking forward to what
he even said his album.
Now
His
that
album
he's
is
married.
loading. His album loading, yes.
Yeah, we're
wondering if
hoping
it'll be inspired by his love story.
Pardon?
Maybe he'll be inspired by his love story.
Probably.
Yeah.
But we don't want him to show up like in some Mr. Leo singing
I
a
know,
love
right?
song. That was our show, guys. We hope you enjoyed it as much as you did the last one, if not more. Stay tuned to karawadiary.com for more shows and more interesting stuff on what's happening and what's not. That's it from us, the Diary Room, Karawa Diary. Bye.
Hey.
Keep looking out for more shows to come from Karawa Diary blog. Karawa Diary blog. Stay glued to karawadiary.com for more shows and of course more information of what. Sorry.
Is it this dance? Maybe I should stop.
I'm sure you noticed that one person is not with us. Well, that. Sorry.
It also seems like, yeah, so you're not sure online things.
Okay, I've actually had the opportunity to meet Asongani and now we're moving on to Rinda.
Studio 89.
Moving on, now we're on the. Oh, sorry. Now we're moving on to the next guy, Fon Aman. He's part of the music world. Of course, he has a very good voice and well.
Good.
Sorry.
Aman, that's Aman.
Wait, are we starting back from the? Are we starting the fashion? Okay, now we're moving on to fashion. Cameroon Fashion Awards. We're basically looking first at those who slayed and those who did not bring it out.
Okay, me I guess.
And those who thought they slayed.
And those who thought they slayed, of course, Renata. Yeah, so we should start. Don't give me that look.
Start with him.
Go.
That looks like love.
Getting down to music as.
Cut.
Keep looking out for more shows to come from Karawa Diary blog. Karawa Diary blog. Sorry.
Why did you stop it? I wanted to record that. We need to use. We're going to highlight all of those stupid errors that we got.
When it was still
Me there, baby, yeah. Baby, I love you. You know I need.